on here. Here's Lick of the Day number 161. This is a blues scale shred run. As usual, I'm gonna play it once slowly and then break it down. During the breakdown, I'm gonna share some practice advice you can apply to this lick and pretty much anything else you're practicing. If you want the tabs, you have a link down in the description below. And we're gonna start here on the 5th fret of the low E string. All right, so it's based on the A minor blues scale, which is exactly like the A minor pentatonic, but we add the flat 5. So a pentatonic scale has 5 notes. If you add another note, in my world, that's 6 notes, which works really well with 3 notes per string. So by doing this, so instead of going, take this note and move it over here, and then we have flat 5 here, the 5, and then we have the flat 7 here, so we take this note as well. So that gives us a 3 note per string pattern that covers 2 strings, and that's really good because then you can move that in octaves, because now we cover the whole scale. So that means that the next octave, starting here on the D string, will be exactly the same pattern. So, and then we continue that logic up to the B string. So the whole thing. So very handy pattern. And once we get up to here, we shift up to the root note here. And from this point, we're gonna play this Yngwie sequence. You usually hear Yngwie doing this type of thing. That type of stuff, right? And we're gonna apply this to the pentatonic scale now. So we're gonna get, and we're gonna do that in 3 positions. And when we do that, 3 times 4 is 12. And 12 is divisible by 6. And why that's important is because the subdivision for this whole run, the way that I'm playing it now, is 6 notes per beat. So we basically get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Disregard that high note. Don't tell anyone I made a mistake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we end up here on this note. So, and once we reach this point, we're gonna do a sort of a, not a micro bend, but it's a quarter bend. So you basically go not even a half step, you go in between the half step and between the frets, so to speak. So, and you just need to make sure that you don't stop this bend, because if you do that, it's gonna sound like shit. It's gonna sound out of tune, but as long as you're moving and then go into another note or just cut it off, then it's gonna work. So this is kind of blues phrasing that's kind of out of place with this, you know, fast picking stuff, but it still works because it's the blues scale, right? So, and after this bend, go to the A note here, the root note, and then I'm gonna take so there's the 17th fret and then the 20th fret of the B string, which is basically this note, and we're gonna bend that up a whole step. So, and then some vibrato, and then you're good. So from the beginning. All right, practice-wise here, I would take each string group, move it up in half steps like that. And when I say each string group, I really mean each string group. So I wouldn't go here right away, I would instead go from here. So you can get that one as well. And then if you want to keep it as the lick is, you start this with an upstroke. So. Move it up and down in half steps. This one is quite stretchy, so you might be, better off starting here and let this be the ending point. So you go all the way up and all the way back. But, if you feel that you're up for it and you make sure you don't hurt yourself, you can start down here as well. But I don't think, if you feel that that's stretchy and it doesn't feel good, it's not worth it. And even if this feels stretchy, I would, suggest that you move it up a bit, because playing it a few times, it's not going to hurt you most likely, but it's sitting there for hours and just repeating something that's really stretchy, that's not going to be good for your left hand at all. So don't do that. So basically go through the whole thing like that. So you have this string group, repeat that up and down, take this string group, up and down, you know the drill. And then for these, you can take each pair, move those up and down. Because when you do this, you're gonna feel a bit confused at first, but the more you do it, you're gonna see how they actually connect, which is very valuable. Instead of just doing this bingo guitar thing, where like you're just calling out fret numbers. So doing it this way, it's worth the initial, bit of brain strain. Because your brain is going to feverishly try to find a connection between whatever you're playing so you can execute it correctly. And another great thing is that it's going to slow you down, because you have to really think about what you're doing. And it's a really great way of practicing. So I highly suggest you try that if you haven't done it before. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, just post them below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed it and see you in the next one.